Hi YouTube, welcome back. Hi guys, here we are to a hand review of a session which I just played. We can see there under the chat, this is $10.68 up, so a little bit more than 2 stacks. With most of the hands I'm happy, but with some of them I'm not so happy. I choose 16 of the biggest hands, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. So we have your first hand. We are a little bit early, I'd say, with King Queen suited. I raise, get 2 callers. We make it quick now. We wanna end fast, so not make it too long. So I choose here at flop, a little bit more than half bet. If I would have an ace, I would like to protect, right? So okay, the guy quickly calls. I don't know all the hands. I just played the session, so most of the hands I know, but I don't know them all. So the other review session that you can check out there has 17 hands. This was more than a week later, and this is there I didn't remember all of them. And there we together, you and me, we jumped there from spot to spot, and then so sometimes no. So yeah, and I made a mistake with that video with the 17 hands. I uploaded that video on a Sunday, on a Christmas Sunday, last Christmas Sunday. I thought that the guys will sit there at home, you know, with the families, and then and watch with the phone then the video, no? So but that did not happen. So I can promise one thing: at celebrity days, Sundays, Christmas days, I will never do that again. Maybe shorties on those days. And I have another YouTube project running with another YouTube channel. This is another strategy game. Even there I think Sundays no uploads. But okay, we see that I missed here the river. I bet and try to get that, so I check and the guy bets, so I have then here a fold. The red line in that session was good, not in that pot, but all in all it's okay, it's fine. So let's jump to the second hand. We have here queens. I squeeze. We see 1, 2 callers. Oops, okay. And then we see a check in the flop. Yeah, pretty nice. I bet relatively big. This is 56%. They both fold. Okay. Well, with that, I'm happy. There's nothing to complain. No demands to my own side or whatever here. So we see here kings. We're sitting small blind. Squeeze for sure. And what else? Now bring in the extra bet. Get a caller. Jakins. Oh, Jakins. Okay. Well, we will see what happens. I see bet. And he elects the call. Okay. If I bet big, then if he has then here the nut flush or something. This is the only thing what I was hoping for. Please don't draw to the king. Okay, next hand. We see 1 limper, so I raise or try to ISO raise, and it works. We come there. Oh, what a nice flop. Okay, get a check. A call. That turn, okay, now it gets less nice, and then suddenly he donks it out. So I think, you know, for myself, you know, call flop donk turn is most of the time a draw. And the first reaction here, or my first thought in my mind was raise. So I did not become relatively cheap to the river, which is then that, you know. So I think here for myself, you know what? No, we will not do that. I will bet here. No, yeah, good. Okay, the guy quickly called. That was super quick, and wins the pot. Okay, 20 blinds or something here for the trash. I mean, we make here 2 stacks, no? $10, but it could have been much more. There comes later another hand that I can tell you. So that is the only hand in spot which I regret a little bit, but as I said, comes later. Okay, I have queens, sorry, moment. So raise it up, ISO raise, get 2 callers. We come to the flop, which is this one. This was at the end of the session, yeah. Here the guy donks 1, and I say to myself, in that here, I decide what I do very often in that spot, or in that case, the guy donks, and I will make it pot plus bet, which is in this case here then 63, so something over 12 blinds is set here, and so I make it 13 blinds. The guy takes his stack, which is not much. Look at that, he has a 9, and jams it. I call it. Wonderful, huh? Right? Bam. I don't want to have here a set. What the fuck? Good, okay, come here, next one. So we have 16 hands, so we have no time to rest here, no? So here, come to that flop. Okay, we have here a7 suited. Here, I think for myself, you know what? That flop is not too shabby, and that guy anyways bets too much, and bets here, bets there, bets these, bet that. Good, okay, and then I think here for myself, this could have been this 3 of clubs. Why it's not the 3 of clubs, you know? And then, bam. 50, I think. No, good, okay, you know what? I still have the 5, and then comes the 5. In the session, in the stream, you know what happened? The thing is that I think here for myself, if that, I mean, yeah, sure, he can have the bigger straight, but it's very unlikely because I blocked that bigger straight, the bigger straight 7-8, and I have a 7, so it's very unlikely. My plan was not to call. My plan was definitely not to call. I wanted to raise here. As we can see, the guy most likely would have folded, although he was pretty wild in that session. When we see here a dice in name, yeah, so whatever, I misclicked call. I misclicked call. This was definitely not my intention. I did not want to do that, but it happened. I just called, get that pot. Okay, next hand. We are now at hand 7 of 16, which you see there in the corner. We are here with Jack Queen off. Okay, good. I just called that guy. Okay, interesting. Yeah, good. I see a Jack. I see backdoor stuff over endless here. No? So a 9 can come, a 10, a spade, whatever can come. And there's a spade. Yeah, there's a spade. Yeah. But then the guy quickly bets almost pot. I think it took a while for me to call, but indeed I did. So ending up here top pair, which is then, as we can see, I will not muck the hand. But the thing is, with that betting line, I was so sure that the guy here at flop start 50, and then bets here almost pot, and then bets here 75. So B75 is it's as played, and look at the numbers, man. It's here 1.8 aggression. It's a fold, man. It's a fold here. 1.8 aggression. No, good, okay. Don't complain. Do not complain. We see the next hand. It's now hand 8 of 16. Half of the video is reached, man. So we see here kings. Wonderful. Also raise. Get 2 callers. Okay. Yeah, as always, no. 56% click. I try to protect him my over, and we get a snap jam from that guy from out of position. There, I think for myself, you know what? Oh, that is nice. That is nice. I call, and then we can hold. That was a session where I very often hold, you know. So if it comes to, oh, that is maybe a spoiler, but yeah, whatever. So that hand was fun. The guy here, super wild. Look at that here. Plays a 54-21 there under the gun. Just jams his 50 blinds, and I think for myself, you know what? Oh, that is nice. I call. And that guy here with kings in the big. Yeah, he thinks, but okay, you know, why not? And calls. What the? Yeah, good, is what it is, no? Now it comes, the guy cannot do something. I thought here, I beat lots of pockets, and I was so sure the guy has a pocket, man. That must be a pocket, and it is not an ace. At that moment here comes to my mind, hey man, that guy has not an ace, and I check, you know, and there comes the 3 of hearts. You know what? Here the guy now checks again, and I know I'm 100. No, it's 100%. I think the guy definitely that is not a pocket. It is a pocket, but it's definitely not the ace pocket. You know what I mean? It's not an ace. Maybe clubs. Maybe I have to consider clubs at the river, not more. And then that. But you know, I think, you know what, I will check. I was so sure that I beat the most pockets the guy has, but there is still queens and maybe tens, but that's, well, maybe a little bit unlikely. I mean, even the turn got not a bet from that guy, and I would, yeah, I would even lose to that guy. So there was no side pot to play, and lucky me, I didn't open a side pot. No good. Next hand. So, min raise, 1 and 2 calls. Okay, and then in the small blind that I don't do often, that I can tell you, I don't like it because of these mass check pulls we have out of position. This is so, 3-bet is better from the small blind, but here now, I think, you know what, I have a pretty decent hand, and let's just flop it, you know, just flop it. Here, we get then that bet from the min raiser. Oh, and he has a flush draw. Okay, that is not too bad, right? And then I call, okay. We come to the turn, and here I think, no, wow, now it gets super nice. I mean, look at that. The guy has something like 40 blinds behind. It can only get better, right? So I check, and the guy is betting 50 something. So, and I raise, yeah, man. At least in that hand, I found the raise button. And here the guy, and that was pretty quick. Calls. Okay. And then I see that river, that is super nice, and I think now for myself, call in. And the guy calls. Poker is alive, this I can tell you. What is made, the guy was not at 100 blinds pre-flop. Or is it here all rake? No, you see? No, the guy was not at 100 pre-flop. Doesn't matter, we are here next hand. We are at aces. Yeah, that hand I remember. That is a fun one. Yeah, look at that flop. I mean, we see here the hands. I asked now in the other review, guys, do you want that I hide the hands of the villains, or do you want to see them while we make that kind of review? I know most of the hands. If I make that review 1 week or 2 weeks later, if I make then that review, then I don't know the hands too. Then we are both, you and me, we are then, very often surprise, but not in that one. It was just a session which I just ended, so yeah, okay, come on, what do we see here? we see a check. That was, by the way, pretty quick, that check back. No? And here comes in my mind, hey man, that guy can have a 10, but I have aces, yeah? But the guy did nothing, so I bet, you know, a little bit the guy elects to call, and that pretty quick. Man, what the fuck, you know? Okay, and now comes that river. And now I think for myself, you know what? If you have a 9, you have maybe jacks, you have so much stuff, man. You have so much stuff. And I definitely want to have something from that stuff, you know? I overbet. And that was very long now. Min clicks. And yeah, I have seen all the other YouTube videos too, where they say, man, these guys don't raise rivers if they don't have it. But we can beat here so much stuff. Kings, queens, jacks, any kind of 9 or pocket 8. These guys, yeah. But what do these guys do? Yeah, most of the time, if they have a little full house, at least they call it. But if they have a full house, that means not necessarily that they raise their full house. I make that call. So we come to the hand review. That is one of the hands I'm a little bit unhappy with this, I must say. Yeah. So next one we have here aces against ace jack suited. Okay, that can get interesting. I raise relatively big because the guy here is either raising 3 blinds, but we have here a limper 2, so I make it 10. We make it 10 blinds here. Come on, here, 10. Do what you want. What a flop. Okay, that flop is not bad, huh? Even for that guy, but the guy is at 34%. That is the other side of the medal, huh? And I have here, relatively easy spot. I have to protect a pair, as we can see. So I bet here, and this is, I think 56%. So usually I do not bet small. If I bet small, it has a reason. I usually elect to c-bet bigger. And here I get this snap that was super quick. And here I was thinking, man, but then pretty quick I called. And as we can see, we get it in good. And that hand is as a copy there. I can take it out of the stream. I will make a video, got it in bad or got it in good. And for you, as a spoiler, there is a hand in that got it in good or got it in bad. And there I get it in bad. And that is from turn to river, 422.4 blinds. Yeah, from turn to river. And I am at 0%. More I can't say, that will be in that video. No? Drop here the follow stuff, and here the likes are super important. Thanks for all the work, yeah. And then you will see that hand in that video. Yeah, that will be the nice thumbnail and whatever. It makes super fun to make stuff for YouTube. We got that one. The guy was jamming with a nut flush draw or check raising. I use my check raises for nut flushes. Yeah, 2, and very often I play them all in 2, so I don't blame that guy for that, I must say. So we see here a forced limp, and then because of that the guy raises here 4.5 or something, whatever. So I, with ace queen, think, okay, I have a button, I call. I have a button, I call. And then we come to the flop. Ooh, yeah, good, I have a spade. The guy quickly c-bets, and that is something like a 50 bet or something. No, not 50, 60. Looks like 60 or something. Nah, whatever. Then comes that queen on the turn. Yeah, wonderful. The guy then that was very quick. That bet I remember in that blinds here. It is something like 17.4 into whatever 20 blinds or something. That was a bet. Yeah, good. And then comes that river here. No? Dun, 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 dun. And I have that queen. The guy can be at ace king, but as played, the guy here then chooses a little bet again to get something out of these and out of that. Would I have bet here in position? Yeah, I think yes, because I try then to get something from ace king. So my bet would have been bigger, so we can here say or argue, okay, I'm happy that I did not lost so much. I would have bet bigger, I'm sure about the next, which is that ace 10 suited at the button. The guy has 6-8 suited. Okay, raises 3 blinds. Okay, I see here my 10. This is not bad. So, and the guy very quickly, and this he did here all the time. I mean, look at that. We have 104 hands from that guy, and at flop here, bet, turn, bet, c-bet, and okay, a river action. He has river actions, but not as a c-bet, so yeah, whatever. So what we can here expect is that the guy will bet again. And then this was super fast. This was super fast. Here almost pot or something. Here is a rake in it. No? What we here don't see is here it is not 75 and 83. Here is rake in it. The guy was betting pot super quick. It was his bet at flop, and then boom pot. So yeah, this 15 blinds, I think here for myself, you know what, fuck yourself, and call. This was maybe not friendly, but is what it is. We come to that river, my oh yeah, and now the guy checks it, you know. Here are something like 40 blinds or whatever, minus rake in that case, but I elect to overbet. I bet here 50 blinds, and this is the only hand, which I just mentioned a little bit earlier. We are here at hand 14 of 16. This is the only hand which I regret a little bit, you know what I mean? So this hand, because now guess what happened? The guy is almost all in, and yeah, I thought, and yeah, maybe there can be a set, but he can also have just ace king, ace queen, and tries to do here something. But they at that limit don't do that often enough to justify a call of 70 blinds here, man. You know, I have to call you 70 something. The hands are revealed, they are open, and the reason is not that the guy showed the hand, I called the hand. No? So yeah, this is the only spot where I must say that we could have done better, and there was the other hand at the river with that min race, you know. You remember where I have the aces and that odd 10-10-10 here, just some hands earlier. Naja, good, okay. There I have had aces and the guy have had quads. Here the guy has turned his straight, and I have had, maybe you don't remember, that was a relatively high c-bet, and it was super quick, the c-bet by the way, and then boom pot. Naja, good. And then comes to the river, I overbet and the guy raises and I call these 70 blinds. Whatever, we wanna make it faster, right? So I am here with jacks under the gun early, get a caller and a squeezer. And here, that guy here, if you ask me, starts to bet and 3-bet more than he did before. And we have here, oh, in the small blind, he is very active. Okay, interesting. Button 2 and middle position cutoff knot. I try to get them into the pot 2, so I don't try to 3-bet cutoffs and buttons so much, because they are so call happy out of position. This is the reason why I try to have not that big number. Get 2 callers and yeah, we get good news. No? It starts at least good. And I mean, you look at that, a 85-7. The guy plays a 85-7. By the way, this is now my review session number 3. The latest is that with the 17 hands, and the other is something goes wrong. Or something like that is a title. That is a NL2 review session. It is this one, and that I'm explaining my HUD a little bit more. To make it short, upper line pre-flop, yeah, the bottom line here is post-flop. So except of the aggression number here on the top right, just if you're interested. I'm talking there at the beginning of that video a little bit about my HUD and then about these hands, which are in that video. So I check, bet, and that, but he has to protect a little bit his pocket. There's the ace of hearts, is what it is. I can live with that, I call. And then the guy quickly folds. Okay, alles klar. I thought in that moment now he will call, he did not. So we get then here and the guy just jams. Then the turn, there is much in it and he has not a pot size bet left. I check and then boom. So I have nothing more to do, and we have top set, look at that. So yes, yeah, and we're at 95%. Okay, this is one of these got in good. Yeah, good, okay, can happen. Huh? Next one, and this is then the last hand of that review. We have pocket 8s at that cutoff. Early gets a raise or 2-3 blinds. Okay, this is Jenkins. And the 6-5 suited guy, okay, interesting. Button calls, we come to that flop, oh yeah. Okay, here comes a check, and I think for myself, no one will check here. I don't want to see any kind of high card or whatever. We are too good here to check, and yeah, good, okay, if someone raises, then, and there it is. Yeah, there it is, yeah. So, yeah, and then I elect to call. I really thought about that. Can I do that? I don't, whatever. So the guy has not many chances to do those kind of stuff. Here we see his flop behavior. So out of position he did, and in position he did 1 in 3. So from 4 chances he did it twice. But 67 hands here, the blue number here, 67 hands. This is not enough to make any kind of decision. Yeah, but I didn't want to fold, and the only thing what I was praying was no picture. If there's no picture, I go with the hand. This is my decision here. No picture, I go with the hand. The juice is on the turn. We see here now that the guy has 2 pair. In that moment I thought about, my lord, please, no, straight, whatever. So I check, bam. 50. And now I think for myself, you know what, here are now too many draws if needed. And I think even that I said in the stream, I will link the stream, the link to the stream. If you want to see the stream complete, it was 2.5 hours of play. The link to the stream is then in the description box. I think I say here, if needed, we make that full house. And then I jam, call, blank turn, nice one. So, and even if here comes a 6 or a 5, we have pocket 8s now. Does the guy has any chances? Did we got it in? Ah, we got it in at turn with 100%. The guy was dead. The man, I do not have seen that. Ah, funny, man, that's funny. And then in my got in good, got in bad video, which I just mentioned, from turn to river, 422.4 blinds. Here we are a little bit less than that, but it is a 424, you know what I mean? So that is a sign I have to do that video. That it is then now for these 16 hands. I hope you enjoyed some stuff, some theoretical things, and then we will be there from Monday to Friday. There's a stream at 7 PM at the moment. More stuff on YouTube that you can be sure about, review sessions and big pot stuff, whatever. And we just played here a monster board session, so flops, turns, river, I could do what I want. It was just the juice of the variants. Can happen. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Then let me hear some thumbs up and whatever, and then have a good one. Enjoy your tables, good luck, have fun, and don't be mad, it's just a game, they say. Yeah. Guys, see ya, bye bye.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?